Remembering Layla Aiken, a little girl's life cut short by a hit-and-run crash.
She was so funny and silly, and she was the bright part of our lives.
Her family and the community join in celebrating her life.
She was a beautiful girl. I mean, she just, she had a passion for reading like I do.
My heart broke. I just thought of my own grandkids, and it's just such a tragic story.
An 8-year-old struck while waiting with her brothers at their school bus stop.
If somebody did that, they should be accountable for it.
Questions remain about who was behind the wheel.
All the outpouring has already been amazing. All I ask is to keep praying for our family.
Man, just listening to that, you feel the family's pain. This is just such a tragic story that NBC2 has been following from the beginning. And the next step is Layla's funeral, which is beginning right now.
As authorities work her hit-and-run case, the community is sticking by her family. NBC2's Michael Raimondi joins us live at Gallagher Funeral Home, where hundreds are expected to honor Layla's life. Michael.
Is 600 to 700 people are expected here in the next few hours to honor Layla's life and support her family. So I just want to show you all these people now lining up. There are probably about 20 to 30 people that have been coming in and out. This just got underway. So there are some people moving inside. There are some people, as you can see, just gathered outside. We saw a lot of hugs, a lot of embracing, just people really showing their support in such a tough time for this family. Now the memorial, or the funeral home rather, tells me that this is going to be a memorial or a celebration of a life for Layla. It's for their family, friends, and any one of us in the community to show them support during this tough time.
It's now been 9 days since 8-year-old Layla Aiken was hit and killed at her bus stop. The driver took off after hitting her last Monday. Cape police have a red truck held as evidence, but they have not arrested the person who drove it that morning. This memorial has been growing with dolls and signs to remember Layla. Tonight, around 700 people are expected to show her family support in the time they need it most.
So this celebration of life will go until about 7 o'clock tonight. This is at the Gallagher Funeral Home. It's on US 41, right across from Lee Memorial Hospital in Fort Myers. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot of parking here and a lot of people. So if you want to come and show your support, there is a church where you can park just 1 block north of here. They are encouraging anyone to come to help that family during this time. I'm live in Fort Myers. Michael Raimondi, NBC2.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. If you do plan on attending Layla's funeral today, you still have time. Once again, it goes until about 7 o'clock tonight, and you can find everything that you need to know on our NBC2 News app. Well, largely because of this tragic story, changes are already coming to protect our kids at bus stops. Right now, a traffic engineer is evaluating every single stop in Cape Coral. After that, the city manager will decide what needs to be done and then come up with a cost and a time frame.
We're following breaking news right now at 3, a deadly boat accident in the Pine Island Sound. NBC2 got a report of the accident within the last 2 hours happening in the area of Cayo Costa and Captiva Island. Authorities confirmed there were 3 people on a boat and 1 of them died. Family members confirm 32-year-old Johnny Ray Messer died in that accident. NBC2's Megan Bragg joins us right now at 3 with the latest. Megan.
Well, deputies do tell us that they were here at 10 o'clock this morning. Witnesses we spoke with say that accident happened right between these 2 islands. We are told that Johnny was in a boat when a wave from another boat hit. That's when Johnny fell off and hit the propeller. Florida Fish and Wildlife tells us there were 3 people on the boat at the time of the incident. Family members tell us he was a construction worker working in the barrier islands. They tell us they took out a flat bottom boat, and when that wave hit from another boat, that's when Johnny fell off, hit the propeller, and died. His uncle tells us he grew up on the water and has always been on boats. He leaves behind a son and daughter.
It's so surreal. I'm numb. Everybody's numb. We can't believe it. You know, this is one of the strongest, healthiest young men I know. And to be taken at so young, it's just, there are no words.
FWC tells us this is still an ongoing and active investigation. Once we know more, we will pass it along to you. Reporting live in Bokeelia, Megan Bragg, NBC2.
Megan, thank you very much. Breaking news, a convicted child sex predator who turned himself into Northport police is now out on bond. Timothy Rice, who you see on your screen, is accused of using toys to attract kids at pools. A lot of people are frustrated about his release today. NBC2's Joe Petrello has been digging on this story from the beginning. He joins us live from Rice's house on Rushmore Street in Northport. Joe, do you know where he is right now?
Nate, I've been trying to track down Timothy Rice all day, and it doesn't appear that he is here at his house or anywhere else that I've checked today. I've also checked his old place that he used to rent, and as well as his mother's house. He was not there, but the concern here from neighbors about where he is and what he's doing right now is great. Where is Timothy Rice? A question on the minds of neighbors across Northport and beyond.
Well, he's not going to come here. I don't think he'd come to his mom's house. If he did, it'd be pretty stupid.
Kevin Topp has lived next to Rice's mother's house for more than 10 years. After I knocked on her door, "Mr. Rice, are you in there?" We captured video of her peeking at us through her blinds, then leaving the house and taking off in her car. Yesterday, she was yelling at me in defense of her son's latest and previous crime history.
They are misdemeanor charges.
What about when he was convicted of being a sexual predator back in the 90s, of molesting girls at a pool?
That was 24 years ago.
So that makes it okay.
It doesn't happen now.
Rice has now been arrested twice in the past 2 weeks on prowling charges in both Sarasota and Charlotte counties. Both times, mothers reported him for inappropriately playing with children he didn't know at local swimming pools. And right now, I'm still working to find out for you how Rice suddenly got a bond last night. We know in a few weeks he will have to come back to Sarasota County Court for his scheduled arraignment. I'm reporting live in Northport. Joe Petrello, NBC2.
Joe, thank you very much. 2 people are in custody after trying to break into a car and then running from deputies. This all happened overnight in the Iona area. Take a look at this. Here's video from the scene. Our NBC2 photographer saw deputies take one man into custody. This is in the Century 21 neighborhood right off McGregor Boulevard. One witness says she's never seen anything like this happen so close to home, but it makes sense that these criminals would hide there.
With the homes being so close and so many trees and everything, somebody could hide here really easy.
NBC2 is working to figure out exactly where this break-in happened, and we're also trying to confirm the identities of the 2 people arrested. Boynton Beach police shot and killed a man this morning after they say he killed a woman. This happened at the Manatee Bay apartment complex around 7 o'clock this morning. Police say it started as an argument between a man and a woman. But while the woman was trying to leave, the man shot her as she was driving away. When police arrived, they say the man was still shooting, so they killed him.
Boeing's new space capsule faces more launch delays. The Starliner was supposed to make its debut this month, and it's already been delayed several times. Now, the second test flight with astronauts on board has been pushed back to later this year. The first SpaceX Dragon astronauts will lift off this summer. Former Penn State fraternity brothers have been sentenced for the 2017 death of pledge Timothy Piazza. All 4 of the young men pleaded guilty to a variety of hazing charges. 3 of them received jail time between 30 days and 9 months behind bars, along with fines and community service. 19-year-old Timothy Piazza was pledging the Beta Theta Pi fraternity at Penn State when he died.
Today in Boston, the 2 best-known defendants in the so-called Varsity Blues college admission scandal are in court. Actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman are among dozens of parents facing charges. Elizabeth Herr reports from Boston.
2 Hollywood actresses among the 15 parents facing a judge in Boston today, all named defendants in the college admission scandal. Actress Lori Loughlin and her husband Massimo Giannulli stand accused of paying $500,000 in bribes to get their 2 daughters into USC. While Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman has been charged with paying $15,000 to allegedly have an SAT proctor correct her daughter's test answers. All of the parents expected in court today have been charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud. Some already working with authorities on a possible deal, including marketing CEO Jane Buckingham, accused of paying $35,000 to have an ACT proctor take her son's exam, even submitting a writing sample. And other parents, like Dr. Gregory Colburn and his wife Amy, are fighting to clear their names. They have been charged with using $25,000 of company stock to cheat on their son's entrance exam. Their lawyers telling ABC News they are innocent of these charges.
There is so much outrage here. I don't know that you can just separate the actions based on the money, because they're all charged with the same type of conduct.
They are charged with the same crimes, but I do think that when it comes to sentencing, it'll be very different. You're talking about a pretty different scenario.
That's Elizabeth Herr reporting. In fact, prosecutors say one parent, who remains anonymous at this point, paid $6.5 million to get his or her child into a top college. Again, these parents are being charged with conspiracy right now, but the investigation is ongoing.
Well, you may have gotten an email today from Netflix telling you your bill is going up. The streaming service announced a price hike back in January and has been alerting customers over the past few months. Unlike price increases in the past, this one will cost you $2 more per billing cycle. Netflix says the money will help it add more television shows and movies.
The money that you lose from Netflix, you could get back from Whole Foods. Starting today, Whole Foods is slashing prices on hundreds of items. The average shopper is expected to save 20%. Cost cuts are coming to greens, tomatoes, and tropical fruits.
Starting tomorrow, Verizon is launching a new cell plan called Just Kids. It's the first plan from a major wireless provider designed to meet the needs of both parents and kids. Just Kids is a new mix and match plan that includes parental controls.
All new, ahead at 4.
How do you feel about eating with an animal? Ahead on NBC2, how one local city is making major changes that could make you do just that.